Hello everybody, it is me, Mr. Vince, and I hope you all have a great day today. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys the March update of Roblox Jailbreak. Now before I continue on guys, if you guys have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like, be sure to subscribe as well, be sure to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So the first thing I'm going to look at is actually a tweet made by Translated Bedemo. So here's what they have to say for today. Aloha, Roblox! There is the newest new jailbreak. Even the tow train can beat the car. Street points. Full wardrobes? Once. He's hiding in a special group. Click here for details. Please don't actually click here because there's nothing to click, alright? But let's actually get right into the update. So the first thing you probably notice is a brand new minimap. Now, as of this update, you can now view a full-sized version of the minimap. In order to access it, you just simply have to go over here, select the minimap, and there you go. You'll be able to check out all of the robberies available, the ones that are open, closed, moving, etc., such as the bank truck and the tomb, and you probably get my point, alright? So basically, you are able to view every single robbery, and there are also a couple of locations that have been named, such as the town, the prison, the volcano, the city, and the crime port, which is referred to as the cargo port for a lot of people. And we're also looking at a new feature called waypoints. Now, waypoints actually serve as a way to get to locations quicker. Now, this is very useful for those who have trouble trying to navigate through the jailbreak map, and all you need to do is to go over to that location. And once you make it, well, congratulations. You made it to the waypoint and you have succeeded to get to that location. Now, as you can tell, there are red arrows that will lead to that waypoint. And here, if your graphics is high enough, you will see a very tall red beam as well as a giant red arrow that rotates on top of that beam. Once you make it to the waypoint, that waypoint along with the red arrows will disappear and you'll be able to place down another waypoint. Now, if a waypoint has already been placed, you can remove a waypoint. And what you need to do is select remove waypoint and it will automatically be removed. So that's a pretty cool thing right there. Now, if you're playing on mobile and you hate this feature where you accidentally select the minimap, well, you can close it. Now, before a patch for this update, mobile players still had trouble using their touch controls because they can still open up the minimap even if it's closed. But it turns out that the bug has been fixed, so if you tap there, and I am actually tapping there, the minimap will no longer open up. So that's a pretty cool plus right there. But still, it's kind of obnoxious that mobile players had to suffer from that, but thank goodness they fixed it. But let's go ahead and move on to feature number 3, because I already covered the first two, the full screen minimap and the waypoints. Feature number 3 is actually a feature that was introduced to every vehicle that can be customized. So in order to access it, you just go to your garage customization and there is a new category called horn. Now horn will allow you to play different sounds. Now in Jailbreak, there are a total of 8 total horns that can be used. One of them is limited though. In order to check it out, you just have to select the all checkbox. You'll be able to view it, but currently only one person and developers have access to this. No one else can use this. But you can, however, get these 6, but they do cost some money, around from 5,000 to approximately 30,000. So pretty decent amount of money right there. But they ain't too expensive if you ask me. Now I'm sure a lot of you are going to use the train one because it's pretty loud and pretty funny if you ask me. But I used the classic one, so I'm going to go for that for this video. Now I will not be playing the horn sounds because obviously it could lead to a copyright, so I'm sorry for that. But let's go on to feature number 4. Feature number 4 is the brand new tow truck. Now the tow truck costs 80,000 cash and you need to go over to the town beside the pet shop. And as you can see, there's the tow truck. You can enter it as long as you have purchased it. And what it does is it can tow any vehicle, including the other tow trucks. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. Now, there is a slight disadvantage though. That's the fact that towing a vehicle can cause the tow truck to slow down because of the mass of the vehicle that is being towed. So as you can see, this Ray 9 right here is affecting my tow truck in terms of mass. And because of that, the tow truck will start to slow down. But it ain't too much if you ask me. Now let's say that I want to tow a fire truck. Now if I try to do that, since the fire truck is very heavy, it's probably not going to be easy for me to drive around while towing a fire truck. Now in order to remove the rope, you just simply select G or the rope button and there you go. You're absolutely welcome. Now another cool thing about this vehicle is actually the license plate. The stock license plate is actually a reference to a car that most of you probably know of. Now his name is Mater, and Mater is also a tow truck, and he tows vehicles. So pretty cool right there, and a pretty cool reference right there as well. So let's go on to feature number 5. Now feature number 5 is actually a brand new code. Now I already redeemed it, but basically this new code is called tow with a W. TOW, not TOE, but TOW. Now, this code is a limited time code, so you only have a couple of days or weeks to redeem it. Once it expires, you can no longer redeem it. So let me go ahead and type in tow. As you can see, I typed in tow. Now, since I already redeemed it, I don't get anything, but you will get 10,000 cash upon redeeming it, which is a pretty good amount of money for a new player, but still, that's something you could use, and once it expires, you can no longer redeem it. So now let's go on to some of the changes that were made to this update. The first change that was made in this update is actually something that is related to towing. Now, helicopters are now able to tow other helicopters. Now, this is actually kind of interesting because prior to this update, you can only tow vehicles that do not have rope support. So that means you could tow a crew capsule and the Celsior and a drone, but now you can tow pretty much every vehicle in the game. So if I go over to the military base so I can tow a regular army helicopter, as long as the rope is not messing me up, you can tow a regular army helicopter. Like, that is crazy if you ask me. Unfortunately though, due to the mass of the army helicopter, it's probably impossible to tow it, so that kind of sucks, but hey, it's better than nothing, alright? And you can also tow a regular helicopter. If I go over here and tow this baddie right here, it's slightly easier to tow it since the mass of it is weak. So it's not too hard to tow this one, but it still bounces up a little bit and it's still kind of challenging, but it's still pretty easy and a little more feasible than the army helicopter. Now this one is also related to towing, but that is the fact that you can now tow any vehicle even if there's a player inside of it. So prior to this update, if there is a player inside of a vehicle that can be towed, it'll tell you you need to pick up an empty vehicle. But as of this update, you can now tow any vehicle even if there's a player inside. So that means you can tow a torpedo and there's a player inside of it. And that's crazy because normally you couldn't do that, but now you can. So pretty satisfying right there, but also kind of chaotic. Now, as of the patch, towing a vehicle that has a player inside of it is slightly harder because it does take a little longer to do so. But let's go ahead and move on to the last change for this update, and that is actually related to the Celsior. So Asimo promised a slight buff for the Celsior, and no, that's not the speed buff, but it's actually related to the altitude. So prior to the March update, the Celsior went about the height of the prison electric fence. But as of the March update, the Celsior's altitude has been buffed, so you can now actually go through the electric fence without any problems. And you can kind of get on top of the vehicle garage as well, but it seems that you're probably going to need some additional support to do so. But it is feasible, so that's pretty cool if you ask me. So it's about the height of the crew capsule now, but still a little lower. So again, I won't really complain about this vehicle. I'm glad the altitude has been a little buffed, but not too much, to the fact it's still usable by a lot of players and still balanced. But to be honest with you guys, this vehicle is still worth using because the vehicle itself is pretty enjoyable. It seats 4 people, it sounds like a blade, and it has a pretty good altitude and speed. So yeah, that's the Celsius right there. But thank you everybody for watching today's video. If you guys have enjoyed, feel free to leave a like and be sure to subscribe as well. Be sure to hit the bell icon to never miss a video. And as always, my name is Mr. Vince. Have a great day everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video. We were traveling